Hey, what's going on everyone? Nick here, back with another news update. This time we're going to be talking about something pretty exciting that's coming to HBO Max. So today, Warner Brothers and HBO officially announced some of the first projects coming from their massive partnership with Bad Robot, the company that J.J. Abrams owns. Back in September of last year, J.J. Abrams' company Bad Robot and Warner Brothers closed a pretty massive partnership that tied down Abrams to House WB, thus giving him the full access to multiple IP like the Harry Potter universe, the Stephen King properties, and of course the DC universe, which is one of their big ticket IPs. And naturally a lot of folks jumped to the conclusion that Abrams would be producing DC movies for them, such as Superman, which is a character that he's been associated with in the past, but it seems like he's going to be jumping into HBO Max streaming shows for them first. The company announced 3 shows, one of which in particular is sure to get fans excited, and that's a show based on the Justice League Dark characters. Right now it's an untitled drama based on the Justice League Dark universe, details of which are being kept under wraps. Now, Justice League Dark is interesting because for years Warner Brothers had tried to get that off the ground as a theatrical release, as a big film. At one point Guillermo del Toro had written a script, and more recently Doug Liman was attached to the project before he exited that, and basically ever since then Dark Universe, as it was called, has been in limbo. Now it's actually going to be getting life at HBO Max as a high budget streaming show, kind of similar to the other DC shows they've announced in the past, like Green Lantern from Greg Berlanti. Another interesting thing about this is that we've technically had 2 shows somewhat connected to Justice League Dark in the past, with Constantine and Swamp Thing on DC Universe. Both of those shows were obviously short-lived, however, and were cancelled just after 1 season. So it should be very interesting to see how HBO Max handles these characters as they actually form them together as a team and give them an even bigger budget because it's on their premier streaming service. The other 2 shows are called Overlook and Duster. Now, Overlook is a spin-off of sorts from Stephen King's iconic novel, The Shining. It's going to feature iconic characters from the horror thriller and explore the untold, terrifying stories of one of the most famous haunted hotels in American fiction. The other show, Duster, is an original idea from J.J. Abrams. It's set in the 1970s Southwest and revolves around the life of a gusty getaway driver for a growing crime syndicate who goes from awful to wildly, stupidly, dangerously awful. So all of these shows feature interesting concepts on the surface and could be definitely explored even further. And it makes sense that Abrams would start, in the Stephen King genre and also in the DC universe, because those are the 2 big hot items at Warner Brothers. And they desperately need content to make HBO Max have its selling points. So drop your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you guys think of these announcements, and which of the 3 shows are you looking forward to most? Personally, I'd have to say Justice League Dark, just because that's the one property that I've been waiting years to see properly adapted in live action, because I think the characters like Deadman, Constantine, Madame Xanadu, Etrigan, Swamp Thing, and more could really be interesting to see, working together, solving mysteries in the supernatural side of the DC universe, and it's just something that a lot of fans had been waiting to see for a long time, since the films never took off. If you like this video and you want to see more content from me, you can support me by hitting that subscribe button and the bell icon next to it so you can be immediately notified whenever I drop new content. If you want to hit me up on social media and talk about all of these new show announcements, you can find me in the links down in the description box below. And with all that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.